with the Xcode project again. We go into the folder, open the project. If you exported a new Xcode project for your game and you deleted the previous one, you have to reset the settings again. That can be a little bit tedious and annoying, but that's all part of the process. You have to do it if you're constantly testing a new version of your game on your device. That's just how it is. You always have to remember to do this pattern. That's why I always do the same thing over and over, because I've done it so many times that it's a reflex for me. You always open the Xcode project, signing in capabilities, select the team, change the bundle display name to your character name. At least that's how I've been doing it, so I'm familiar with that. Increment the bundle ID to the character so that we can have a different app on my iPhone, and then run the device. That's the typical pattern that you would have to do when you run your game to your device after you've exported it from Buildbox. There's a lot of little things that you have to remember in part of your workflow. That's why I'm always constantly explaining it over and over and saying the same exact thing. I'm trying to simplify it in a way where people will remember it. That's how I remember it. For all the complex things, that probably makes it difficult for others to maybe try things out. Maybe you feel like this is something you can't do because there's probably too many steps. But that's how I felt too in the beginning. But as you work with all these different tools and all these different things, you start noticing different patterns, or at least I do. And then you just remember that pattern over and over, and then just repeat it until it's second nature. If you don't remember the pattern, just write it down, just exactly how I said it. Write those patterns down and then try to remember it step by step until it becomes part of your memory. That's how I normally do things. That's my thought process, and that's how I get better at my own workflow, just by repeating things over and over in different parts of my workflow. And you're not going to get it perfect the first time. You'll probably just remember one thing at a time. You probably remember like one part of the process, but that's okay. You have tomorrow and the day after and the day after. You just need to practice. Practice makes perfect. And I've been doing this for years, so it's like I know it by heart. If someone asks me, I'm going to easily be able to explain it. I just explained it to you guys and I'm showcasing it, and you can see it always in my previous videos. If you've been watching, it's the same pattern. It's all about pattern recognition for a lot of things. I feel like a lot of things we do is pattern recognition. Sometimes people don't notice it, but it is. That's how you remember complex things. Just simplify it in a way that you'll remember. And that's how I remember.